Hello and welcome to Power Engineering International's weekly newscast. I'm Dermot Williams. In this week's Global Power Generation News, the head of the International Energy Agency recognises renewables as mainstream. Germany's top utility set to announce a record loss. Australia invites Saudi investment in its renewable sector, and UK's National Grid puts its gas distribution business up for sale. The Executive Director of the International Energy Agency has declared that renewables are not a niche fuel anymore, they are the mainstream as of now. Launching the IEA's annual World Energy Outlook in London, Fatih Birol said that last year renewable capacity additions had hit a record 130 gigawatts. Highlighting the penetration of renewable energy, Birol stated that for every dollar invested in the power sector, 60 cents will be spent on renewables. He stressed that already two-thirds of growth in renewables was taking place in emerging countries rather than those of the OECD. Birol also told the press conference at the launch that he expected India to be the engine of global energy demand growth, pointing out that 600 million people will be connected to electricity in the next 25 years. Also referring to China, the IEA chief said, "We are approaching the end of the single biggest demand growth story in history," adding that China's energy demand will slow and decouple from economic growth with implications for the entire world. Finally, with reference to COP21, Birol said next month's talks were crucial, telling the audience that the energy transition is underway, but it needs a strong signal from Paris. E.ON is set to post a €5 billion loss on Wednesday. Reuters said the beleaguered German utility will record the result for the first 9 months of this year, making it the biggest loss in its history. Unnamed sources told the news agency that there would be around €8 billion in impairments for the period, the source stating that those have long been overdue. Adding assets had plunged in value following years of falling wholesale power prices that have pushed many power plants into losses. A significant aspect of the poor results is the decision forced on the company by the government to backtrack on a plan to spin off its German nuclear power plants next year, bowing to political pressure to retain liability for billions of euros of costs to dismantle them. The Australian government has reached out to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in a bid to secure investment for its renewable energy sector. Greg Hunt, Australia's Environment Minister, has declared his country open for business as a marked shift in attitude towards renewables has been noted following the end of Tony Abbott's stint as Prime Minister. The FT reports Mr Hunt as referring to a significant change in tone on renewable energy after pro-Green Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull seized the leadership of the ruling centre-right Liberal Party. Mr Hunt, who is in Dubai for international environmental talks, told Saudi and United Arab Emirates officials there, "If you have sovereign wealth funds that like to invest in new energy, you might want to look at Australia." Green power investments in Australia plunged after Mr Abbott took office in 2013. National Grid plc is to sell a majority stake in its gas distribution business in a deal that could be worth around £10 million. The Times reported the UK electricity network operator could increase its annual asset growth rate towards the upper end of a range of 5 to 7% with a successful sale to a big infrastructure investor or sovereign wealth fund. Steve Halliday, National Grid Chief Executive, said that the sale of a majority stake will realise some of the value the company has created for their shareholders. The process would begin in the second half of this year and 2016, with completion expected in early 2017, the company said. That's all for now. Please check out Power Engineering International website and LinkedIn group for breaking news and debate.